What is going on, everyone? Nick here, and welcome to day one of my Marvel Strike Force free-to-play account. Now, if you are a regular on the channel, you might think this is a little off as far as, related to the other content on my channel, but in my free time, I am actually quite a big mobile gamer. I enjoy having something that I can kind of knock out daily tasks and feel like I accomplished something. So on our Marvel Strike Force, that's my current mobile game of choice. I have a level 62 account, so not too high, but high enough to kind of understand some stuff and now see where I made mistakes on my account. And on that one, I kind of dolphined a little bit, which is not quite being a mobile game whale, but I spent probably 100 to 200 bucks on that account over the course of probably like 6 or so months, and it definitely made some mistakes. So I figured, you know what, I'm gonna start fresh. Let's download some BlueStacks and get on to a fully free-to-play account, because there's a bit of pressure in this game. Not pressure, that's the wrong way to put it. There is at times it can feel like you need to spend money on this game, when I don't think you do. You can get quite far with free-to-play, and they've actually made that even easier, that I'll show in a second. But I feel like, early on they give you all these like great offers, which I of course bought multiple of them. And it can feel like you need that to jumpstart. And I wanted to make sure, or I wanted to come in and check, is it viable to be free to play? Is it fun to be free to play, which is the more important part? And just kind of in general, have a good time with the game, because I do really enjoy this game. I also enjoy other Marvel Strike Force content, which is what gave me the idea to do this little mini series, where we do roster check-ins every once in a while, and just kind of how the free-to-play account's going, what the plan is, and if I feel like being fully free-to-play is holding me back like a ton. And so we'll kind of go over how I plan to start in this. And if you're new to Marvel Strike Force, or you're thinking about being new to Marvel Strike Force, this will show you some of the things that you can get at the beginning. Especially right now is a really good time to jump in, even as free-to-play, because there is a incredible daily reward. Whenever you make your account, you're always going to get this welcome reward, where if you log in for 14 days, you unlock Deadpool, Thor. You get a Mega Orb, which is, I think, at the minimum 50 shards of a character, which could be a full unlock if you're lucky. And then you get I think 3-star Captain America. And so that's a great login reward. But right now, you also are going to get this 14-day gold login reward, which is going to give you a ton of gold, especially early. Gold is such an important resource in this game. It's not like other games like with Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, the Disney Hero Collector, like those games where gold's not really, or like whatever the credits aren't particularly that important. Like all the other resources are important. In this game, you do need gold often, and you need to make sure you use it wisely. So getting to start with, what is this, like over 2 million gold, like 5 million gold maybe, is phenomenal. But the big one is this. This was not here when I started. Hela is one of the best characters in this game, like easily. And so the fact that and she's incredibly hard to get. You had to be at least level 70 to be able to farm her shards, and you had to have a team good enough and specific enough to be able to do her fights. So to be able to get her for free after 7 days is amazing. It's going to start you off really well in Arena, in Blitz. It's going to help your hero campaign. It's going to help your cosmic campaign. I believe she's a mystic too. So this is amazing. Not to mention you get 20,000 legacy shards, which is 10 legacy orbs. You get 20 legacy 2 orbs. You get another mega orb. You get a gold orb. You get a bunch of training modules, and you get a bunch of T2s. So this is like, right now is an amazing time to start because you want the gold, you want Hela. This changed what I was going to do at my start. Just knowing I'd get Hela made it so that I can kind of work around that. And then of course you get your general monthly reward. Sadly, I am starting this on the 26th, so I won't be able to unlock Namor. Namor is a 100 shard character, so I would have had to start this on the 15th for me to be able to get him. But that's okay. He's not super important. And there's going to be another character or another login reward in, what is that, 6 days, 5 days, whatever. So It'll be fine. And then, of course, you get Premium Orb. You get that. I believe you get that every once in a while, but you also get that at the start. That's another one just to help you unlock some characters and just, you know, kind of up your character taken at the start, at least. Now, this is a completely new account. I've literally only done the 2 tutorial missions. This is the earliest you can even see this screen. And so I kind of wanted to lay out what my plans were for the roster, how to kind of attack free-to-play, because there's easy pitfalls where, like, you know, you can go, oh, I really want, like, this specific, you know, team. Like, for me, it was Hydra. Like, I just like Hydra in the comics. I've liked Red Skull in the movies. Like, I was like, okay, Hydra would be cool to have. Hydra's very much a more later game farm. Also, the team's not, it's a good team, but it's not, you know, a top tier team. It's not going to get you any legendaries. It's not going to win you arena. So it was a waste of time. I invested way too many resources, way too much time. And a big part of the free to play is you're not paying for the kind of, what do you want to call it? You're paying, normally when you pay, you're paying to reduce time. And so if you're not paying to reduce time at all, you need to use your time wisely. So for me, that means starting with Sinister Six and some of the better characters in the game. All this group of 10 is going to be the first group that kind of either farm or gear up, because some of them are not going to be able to get early, or not get early, but I'll unlock them, but I won't be able to take them any further shard wise. But I will be able to gear them up, and that being specifically Hela and Thor. They're both, you can only unlock their nodes at level 70 plus. They're more difficult nodes that you need specific teams for. So even at 70, you just might not have the team to get them. I believe with Hela, you need specifically a Villains Mystic team, which is very limited. And then Thor, you need a City team, I believe, which is a bit easier. Definitely a bit easier. But you know, both of them are late game people to farm. Thor you can find in the raid store, but even that is, you know, it's hit or miss on if he shows up during the day. So those two are just there so I can gear them. The rest of them are all characters that I think are going to help me as a free-to-play player in the beginning. Captain America, like I said, we'll unlock him naturally through the new player login rewards. We'll get a 3-star Captain America. He is also Nexus node 1-3. So he is the 3rd mission in the Nexus campaign. So he becomes a very early, easy farm. Gamora is incredibly strong right now. The entire Infinity Watch team, which is, we'll go to them right now. This team right here with Gamora, Nebula, Adam Warlock, Moondragon, and Fila Vel is super strong. Moondragon and Fila are both very hard to farm. I ran into the issue on my other account where I started right when their events were happening. And because I wasn't min-maxing, because I was like, oh, I don't really want those characters, I'll just get what I want. I missed out on those 2 characters. And so everyone in the arena has those characters and they're dominating me. And so I missed out on them. But luckily, Gamora and Nebula are both very much farmable. Adam Warlock's the legendary. You're not going to get him anytime soon on a free-to-play account. Even hard to get on a Dolphin account. You kind of need to whale for him. But Gamora and Nebula are 2 characters that you can get early. Gamora is going to be in the Blitz store, which you unlock rather soon. What level you unlock Blitz? You unlock Blitz at 14. You could easily hit 14 within the first 2 days of you playing. Because every time you level up, they give you more energy. And so as long as you're kind of farming stuff, you could get up to 14 quite quickly. So Gamora is going to be an easy early farm. She's incredibly powerful. She'll be able to carry a good chunk of your team through both the Heroes campaign, and then the Cosmic one will be even better because you can team up Nebula and Gamora. And them as a team have great synergy. They're both incredibly powerful, and they can carry you through the Cosmic campaign. And it only helps that you will have Hela and Thor alongside with them. Those are just 4 very good characters for the Cosmic campaign. So just all around, you want Gamora, at least for now. Hopefully she doesn't get nerfed, because everyone seems to be buffing her or getting her shards and then equipping her with stuff right now. But yeah, she's absolutely going to be a main person that I focus on. Next, we're going Sinister Six, which right now I only have 4 of them marked, just because I try to make it so that I have farming 3 characters at a time, using nodes because you don't want to spend all of your energy on character shards. You want to, of course, be getting gear so you can actually equip your characters. So my shards are going to be Captain America, Green Goblin, and Mysterio at the start. And because of that, you know, we'll add Shocker eventually so that we have a full team of Sinister Six. But because we're going to get Hela, we can kind of do the 4 Sinister Six plus Hela, and then eventually we'll get Nebula and we can throw her in there for a villain campaign. But early on, we'll start with Green Goblin. The Sinister Six unlocks Invisible Woman and Shuri. So that starts us on our path to legendaries, which in this game, if you're coming from a game like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes like I did, other games, the legendaries are like super, super important. In this game, they're good, but they're not mandatory. Like right now, Infinity Watch is the best team, and you can have Gamora, Nebula, Fila, and Moondragon and not have Adam Warlock. You'll still be great. The best character in the game right now, Kestrel, not a legendary. So it's just, you know, you don't have to force legendaries, but the villain teams are kind of, you know, the good ones you're going to have to buy. So free to play, Sinister Six, super early farms. I think Green Goblin or Mysterio is heroes 2-3, and then the other one's villains 2-3. So both super early. You'll start being able to farm them around level 15. And you know, just it's a decent enough team. It'll get you through some blitz. You might be able to use them in war later, but they're not necessarily going to be your arena team. Now, of course, Hela is just incredibly strong. We get her for free, so I'm going to gear her up. Even though she's only going to be a 2-star, she's still completely worth using, just because she's that strong. And plus, she does have the the Mystic tag, the Cosmic tag, so you can use her in both the Cosmic and the Mystic campaigns. She also has Villain, so she'll be useful for Villain Mystic, which you can use to then unlock her node later on. And then, of course, she's Asgardian, so she works well with Thor. Hulk is the one character that is, you can't farm. The way you farm him is by completing achievements. If you go to the home and go achievements, a lot of these achievements, as you can see, you'll unlock Hulk shards as you go. I just have him up there because he's a Wave 1 Avenger. That team in general is solid to start with for the heroes. I'm, of course, alternating a little bit where I'm going Gamora, and then we'll throw somebody else in there too. Black Widow and Hawkeye are both very easy early farms. It's just because I have so many things I'm farming, I'm going to put them kind of on the back burner. But this Wave 1 team is a solid team to start. Iron Man kind of sucks as a legendary, so don't worry about him. Plus, you need a shield team, which, I mean, you get Cap, Black Widow, and Hawkeye are all shield members. So you can start with them and then go for Iron Man. But I'm deciding not to do that. We'll eventually have a Wave 1 team for sure. But early on, I'm not as concerned. And then Mysterio talked about he's just an early shard for Sinister Six. Nebula is I want to say Nexus 4-3. She's a later game farm, but she's so important I wanted to favorite her and make sure that as soon as I can, I am unlocking her. Because again, her synergy with Gamora is incredible. They should be able to carry you through a good chunk of the Cosmic campaign. And just as far as an arena team, like these two, Thor, Hela, and say Captain America is a great starting arena team. The synergy's not quite as much there as maybe you'd like. Like the Asgardians have synergy, Thor and Cap will have synergy, and then these two have synergy. But as a full team, they don't have like an overall buff. But that should be fine, especially early on, where you're just trying to climb as high as you can so that you can unlock, you can get more raid currency to be able to spend on other, who would it be? It'd be on Swarm in this case. Swarm is in the raid store, or not in the raid, the arena store, sorry. Yeah, you want that good strong team early, and right now one of the best duos in the game is Gamora and Nebula, so I'm just gonna go straight for him. Next is Rhino, which is in kind of a weird spot because he is in the Blitz store as alongside Gamora. So my plan is I want to unlock Rhino because he's only 15 shards, so I only need 3 purchases out of the arena, the Blitz store, because you get 5 shards at a time. And then once he's unlocked, I'm just gonna hardline Gamora, and then I'll have him as he'll be a slightly weaker tank, but I can still gear him up. and he could act as the tank for my villains campaign. Or if I really need to, you get Crossbones for free, who's a solid Hydra tank, and you can always use him as a tank. Swarm now, like I said, he is going to be our arena farm. He's just a good Sinister Six member, and in the arena store you can either get him or Vulture. You can go with either. Swarm is generally considered the better of the characters, so I'm going to go Swarm, but you know, you can go Vulture if you like Vulture. I went Vulture on my other account. I don't love him as a character. I love him in the movie, but that doesn't mean he's a good character in this game. And then of course we have Thor, who you know, we get for free. He's a late game farm, but you can get him in the raid store. In the raid store particularly, I have found Baron Zemo to be the #1 person to go for. He's just a very good generalist character. And also you get Crossbones for free. Winter Soldier's easy to get, so you can kind of make a little Hydra team if you want. But Baron Zemo seems to be the go-to in the raid store. So I'll be going Zemo unless I just get incredibly unlucky and I keep getting Thor. But yeah, that's kind of the start of what I'm gonna do as far as the free-to-play campaign goes. Now, of course, you know, say I get a character out of those mega orbs that's like, oh, I would have never had this character otherwise. It might be worth shifting what my plans were. You know, that can happen, especially on a free-to-play account where you're reliant almost on some of these orbs you get to boost characters because you're not paying for any of them. So, you know, that can change stuff. Like I got 10 legacy orbs to open up here, and you know, that I doubt that changes anything, because in general you don't get too great of characters from the legacy orbs. Like it's good, but don't get me wrong, like any shard's good shards, but you're not going to get like complete path altering characters. That's mainly going to come from the mega orbs, because you do get 50 to 100 shards, and so it could early unlock you Kestrel. It could early unlock you one of the Infinity Watch characters. It could early unlock you, you know, one of the any of the newer characters, basically, because all the new characters are very strong. But yeah, you know, we'll kind of play that as we go. If this, you know, series is like decently popular, then, you know, I'll try to get one of these out every week or bi-weekly, just to do a roster update to kind of see how the free-to-play stuff's going. You know, take feedback from you guys, any changes that, you know, maybe more veteran players would like to see. But yeah, just overall having a good time. Having a good time, enjoying some Marvel Strike Force, and hopefully not making too many roster mistakes. But I am going to get out of here. That's going to do it for this little day one update. If you're, you know, interested at all in Marvel Strike Force, now is an amazing time to jump in, because like I said, you do get one of the stronger characters in the game for free, and you also get a ton of gold to start, which is always handy. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and with the, you know, with the part one of any series, hitting the like button, commenting. If you're new here, subscribe. You know, do all the YouTube stuff. And yeah, hopefully I see you guys next time. See ya.